Good afternoon, students. Today we will continue the lecture on the homogeneous linear partial differential equations with constant coefficients. As in the last lecture, we have studied the complementary function of these kind of partial differential equations. Today we will do the particular integral of the homogeneous linear partial differential equations with constant coefficients. The particular integral of this kind of partial differential equation is very similar to the particular integral in the ordinary differential equation. So we have the given differential equation or partial differential equation is f of dd dash operating on z is equal to f of xy, where f dd dash is equal to a n d power n plus a1 d power n minus 1 d dash plus up to plus a n d dash power n, where a naught a1 up to a n all are constants and d is equal to del y del x and d dash is equal to del y del y. Then the particular integral of these kind of partial differential equations are given by 1 upon f of dd dash operating on function f of xy, that is the right hand side of the partial differential equation. Now there are some cases or some theorems to find the particular integral. If the function f of xy is of the form this one, that is if the f of xy is some function of ax plus by, then we have some formulas to find the particular integral. The first formula to find the particular integral is that when the function f of xy is of the form the function of ax plus by, then the particular integral will be equal to 1 upon f dd dash operating on function of ax plus by is equal to 1 upon f of ab. So you can see d is replaced by a and d dash is replaced by b, and integrating phi with respect to u n times, where u is equal to ax plus by, and we are integrating it n times because f dd dash is the function of d and d dash of degree n. So if this is the function of degree n, we will integrate it with n times with respect to some u, where u will be equal to the function of where u will be equal to ax plus by. So the proof of this theorem we will do on the next page. On this page we will see only the formulas. The second formula, the first formula exists only if f of ab is not equal to 0. But in the second formula, that in the case if function of ab, that is if f of ab is equal to 0, then obviously you cannot replace d by a and d dash by b, because if f of ab is equal to 0, then it will not exist. So obviously if f of ab is equal to 0, then it means b d minus ad dash will be the root of the function f of dd dash, because if this will be the root and you will replace d by a and d dash by b, then this will be equal to ab minus ab, that will be equal to 0. This will make the function f of ab is equal to 0. So it means if f of ab is equal to 0, then there must be a root of this form f d bd minus ad dash. So in the first case, let us suppose that f of dd dash, the function, has all the roots of this form, that is bd minus ad dash power n. Power n means this, obviously this is the function of degree n, and we have assumed that all the roots are of the form BD minus AD dash. That's why we take BD minus AD dash power n. So then f of 1 upon f of dd dash when operating on phi of ax plus by, which is equal to, we substitute the value of fdd dash, that is, which is equal to 1 upon bd minus ad dash power n operating on phi of ax plus by, then it will be equal to x power n upon b power n into n factorial, the whole into the function of ax plus by. So this will be the solution when f of dd dash is of the form bd minus ad dash power n and f of ab is equal to 0. We will do its proof also on the next page. And case 2, or we say sub case 2, that if ftd dash is equal to bd minus ad dash power r into some function of d and d dash, that means f of dd dash have some roots of the form bd minus ad dash and other are not, then we may write fdd dash is equal to bd minus ad dash power r if r roots are of this form and n minus r roots are not of the same node of this form bd minus ad dash, then we wrote it gdd dash. So this implies gdd dash is the function of degree n minus r. So fdd dash is equal to bd minus ad dash power r into gdd dash such that gab is not equal to 0. Gab is not equal to 0 means that there is no root of the form bd minus ad dash in the function gdd dash, where I have already told you that gdd dash is the function of degree n minus r, because fdd dash is the function of degree n. So now, then the particular integral of this type of partial differential equation can be written as the combination of these first rule and this second rule. So when we combine these two rules, we can write the particular integral of this sub case 2 of case 2. So then the particular integral of this kind of partial differential equation of this kind of function, that is 1 by f dt dash when operating on phi of ax plus by, is equal to, we substitute the value of f dt dash, that is 1 upon bd minus ad dash power r into gdd dash operating on phi of ax plus by, is equal to x power r upon b power r upon r factorial into 1 upon gab, because gab is not equal to 0, integrating phi with respect to u n minus r times. Here n minus r times because g is the function, or g is the function of degree n minus r. So combining these first and second subcase 1, we get the subcase 2 rule. So we are not going to prove this subcase 2 rule of case 2, because this is the combination of the first and second rule. Now the third rule, that if f of xy is equal to e of e power ax plus by into vxy, that is equal to, when we take the particular integral, or we find the particular integral when f of xy is of the form e power ax plus by into vxy, where vxy means the function of any function of x and y, then particular integral will be equal to 1 upon f dt dash 1 upon f dt dash operating on e power ax plus by into vxy. If we operate it only on e power ax plus by, then we take out e power ax plus by and we replace dy d plus a and d dash by d dash plus b, where a is the coefficient of x and b is the coefficient of y, and this we will further operate on vxy. So this is the third formula. And the fourth formula, we have that if f of xy is of the form sine of a x plus by or cos of ax plus by, then in f, to find the particular integral in f dt dash, we will replace d square by minus a square, where a obviously the coefficient of x. So we will replace d square by minus a square, d dash square by minus b square, and d into d dash by minus ab, provided that the denominator after substituting these value will not be equal to 0. So we are now going to prove all these four results, especially these three results, because fourth result is obviously we just give the justification of fourth result. So the proof of the first result, first of all we will do. The first result is that if f dt dash is the homogeneous function of d and d dash of degree n, then the particular integral is equal to 1 upon f dt dash operating on the function of ax plus by is equal to 1 upon f of ab, that is d replaced by a, d dash is replaced by b, integrating phi u with respect to u n times, where u is equal to ax plus by, provided f of ab is not equal to 0. So this is the first rule and very important rule. To solve the particular integral of the partial differential equation. So here you may take any function of ax plus by, that is, this may be e power ax plus by, this may be sine of ax plus by, this may be cos of ax plus by, this may be log of ax plus by, this may be tan of ax plus by, this may be simply ax plus by, this may be any function of ax plus by. So result is true for all the function of the form all the function of the form phi of ax plus by. So in the ordinary differential equation, we have some restrictions of these kind of functions, that is we have the only e power ax plus by, or we solved only these kind of functions, e power ax plus by, sine of ax plus by, cos of sorry, because that is the ordinary differential equation, so we will talk only of one independent variable that we solve there, some e power x sine of e power ax sine of ax cos of ax and some polynomial. So here we may take here any function phi of the which is the function of ax plus by. So now we are proving this result. So we have given the partial differential equation f of dd dash operating on z is equal to function of ax plus by. We consider f of dd dash operating on phi of ax plus by to prove this result. Just we consider this equation f of dd dash operating on function of ax plus by. We know that f of dd dash is equal to a naught d power n plus a1 d power n d dash plus up to plus a n d dash power n. So we substitute the value of f d dash here, and this is operating on phi of ax plus by. So d means here the partial derivative with respect to x, that is del y del x. D dash means partial derivative with respect to y, that is del y del y. So d power n means that differentiating partially with respect to x n times. So when we will operate this first term on this function phi of ax plus by, so it means a naught is constant and we are differentiating partially with respect to x this function n times. So we will get nth derivative of phi with respect to ax plus by into derivative of ax plus by n times with respect to x, that is equal to a power n. So operating the first term on this function, we get this first term, that is a naught a power n nth derivative of phi with respect to ax plus by. So this is the nth derivative not with respect to x, not with respect to y, but with respect to ax plus by. And similarly, when we will operate the second term on this same operator, we will get the second term of this type, that is n minus times we will differentiate partially with respect to x, and one time we will differentiate partially with respect to y, and total derivative with n times. So this is the phi nth derivative ax plus by, because we are differentiating partially n minus 1 time with respect to x, so a power n minus 1, and we are partially differentiating y with respect to y one time, so there is only one power of b. And similarly, we are operating the each term of this on this function, we get this result. So in each of the term we have the nth derivative of phi with respect to ax plus by. So we can take it common on the right hand side. We have take it common. So we can write this equation further in this way. So now you may observe that this equation is nothing but we is the same as when we replace d by a and d dash by b in f of dd dash. So in f of dd dash, when we will replace d by a, d dash by b, we will get this equation. So this equation is can be written as f of ab. So we write it again, that this is further equal to f of ab, nth derivative phi with respect to ax plus by. So finally we get that f of dd dash operating on phi of ax plus by is equal to f of ab operating on nth derivative phi ax plus by, that is equal to this one. So finally we get this result. Now we are operating inverse operator of f dd dash on this equation, both sides, so that we get this result. Now because this is the inverse operator of this operator, so this will be cancelled out and we will get this is as the result, as the simplification of the result. And because f of ab is constant now, so we can take it on the left hand side by division by f of ab on both sides, and we are writing the right hand side on the left and left hand side on the right. By dividing f of ab, we get this result. So now substitute ax plus by equal to u, so we get this result. And now integrating both sides n time with respect to u, we have the finally this result which we need to prove, that is 1 upon f of dd dash when operating on phi of u, where u is equal to obviously dx plus by, is equal to 1 upon f of ab integration of phi u n time with respect to u. So we write here du power n. Du power n means du into du n times du. We can write it also du power n. So this is the proof of the first result, that is theorem 1. Now the second theorem or second result, when f of ab, so this is the result when f of ab is not equal to 0, and when f of ab is equal to 0, then we will move to the next result. So what is the next result? That is, we have next result is that if f of dd dash is of the form bd minus ad dash power n, then we need to prove that 1 upon bd minus ad dash power n when operating on phi of ax plus by, that will be equal to x power n upon b power n into n factorial into phi of ax plus by. So we, to prove this result, we take it, let the particular integral is denoted by z. So we take the particular integral, you may take it v, u or any other number. So I take it particular integral by z, that is equal to, further equal to, obviously because particular integral is equal to 1 upon bd minus ad dash power n operating on phi of ax plus by, that is the left hand side of this equation. We need to prove the right hand side. So we have take the left hand side of this equation by, that is equal to z, and we will prove that that is equal to the right hand side of this equation. So now we multiply the operator bd minus ad dash power n on both sides. So multiplying by this bd minus ad dash power n on both sides, we get this equation number 2. Now we further divide this power n into two parts. One is that is BD minus AD dash into BD minus AD dash power n minus 1 operating on Z is equal to phi of AX plus B. So further I substitute that this BD minus AD dash power n minus 1 Z is equal to say some Z1. So we take it some Z1 and substitute the value here. So it means BD minus AD dash into Z1 is equal to right hand side phi xy, phi of AX plus BY. Further operating this operator BD minus AD dash on Z1, we get B del Z1 by del X, because D means del by del X and D dash means del by del Y. So this is equal to B del Z1 by del X minus A del Z1 by del Y is equal to phi of AX plus BY. So del Z1 by del X can be replaced by P, where P is equal to del Z1 by del X and Q is equal to del Z1 by del Y. Assume that this is equal to P del Z1 by del X and Q is equal to del Z1 by del Y is equal to function of AX plus BY, which is of the form of the Lagrange's equation. So this is the Lagrange's form. So can be solved by the Lagrange's auxiliary equation, that can be written as this is dx upon B is equal to dy upon minus A is equal to dz1 upon phi of AX plus BY. So solving these first two equations, we get AX plus BY is equal to some constant. So substituting this AX plus BY is equal to some constant, that is C1, in this function phi of AX plus BY, where AX plus BY is equal to C1, and solving the equation first and third by substituting AX plus BY is equal to C1, we get this one equation, and solving this further we get Z1 is equal to X upon B phi of C1. We will not add any constant in this equation, as if we add the constant in this equation then we will find the general solution, but we are now searching for the particular integral only, we are not searching for the general solution. So we will not add up the constant some C2 here, because if I again said that if you will add the constant then you will get the general solution, not particular integral, but we will not interested to find the general solution in this equation, we need to find only the particular integral, so we will not add any constant. So further substituting the value of C1 is equal to AX plus BY, we get Z1 is equal to X by B phi of AX plus BY. So you can see that by taking here n is equal to 1 on the left hand side and n is equal to 1 on the right hand side, our result is proved. We have taken here only BD minus AD dash operating on Z1 is equal to phi of AX plus BY. So Z1 is equal to X upon B phi of AX plus BY. We will substitute the value of Z1 in this equation number 3, that is in this equation. So we will substitute the value. So the right hand side of the equation number 3 is given by this one, and the left hand side Z1 we substitute the value of this one and we get this equation, say equation number 4. Now again we separate this equation B d minus ad dash power n minus 1 into 2 parts, that is bd minus ad dash power n minus 2 into bd minus ad dash. That is, we separate it into two parts, that is bd minus ad dash into bd minus ad dash power n minus 2. The operating on z is equal to right hand side is same. Again we suppose that this part of this equation is say z2. So z2 is equal to bd minus ad dash power n minus 2 operating on z. So substituting the value of z2 here, we get bd minus ad dash z2 is equal to xyb phi of ax plus by. So again operating this on z2, we get b, because d is equal to del by del x, d dash is equal to del by del y, we get v is equal to del z2 by del x minus a del z2 by del y is equal to xy b phi of ax plus by. This is again nothing but the Lagrange's equation, Lagrange's form. Again we will apply the auxiliary equation of Lagrange's method, that is further we can write it as dx by b is equal to dy by minus a is equal to dz2 this time, because dz2 upon x by b phi of ax plus by. Again solving these first two equations, we get ax plus by is equal to some another constant say c2, and substituting this ax plus by is equal to c2 in this phi of ax plus by, and solving this first and third equation, we get solving first and third equation and simplifying, we get x upon b square dx is equal to dz2 upon phi c2, where c2 is equal to ax plus by. And further solving this equation, we get this one. Again we will not add any constant in this one, because if you will add constant, then that will give us the general solution, not particular integral. We need to find the particular integral only, and therefore z2 finally will be equal to x square b square 2 factorial phi of ax plus by. So similarly, where obviously z2 is equal to this one, substituting the value of z2, we get finally this equation. So similarly, if we repeating this procedure n minus 2 times more, we will get finally z is equal to x power n b power n into n factorial whole into phi of ax plus by. So after generalizing this one, finally we will get this result, and this is the required result. So it means that the particular integral of that particular integral is equal to 1 upon bd minus ad dash power n is equal to phi of a operating on a phi of ax plus by will be equal to x power n upon b power n into n factorial into phi of ax plus by. So this is the result we need, and further we can get one more result from this, which will be similar to this result. That is, if we will solve second and third instead of first and third in both the cases, then here we will get the particular integral will be equal to y power n minus a power n to n factorial into phi of a x plus by. Now you get x power n, b power n upon n factorial into phi of ax plus by. If we take second and third equation, we will solve first and second and third equation. Then we will get y power n minus a power n upon n factorial into phi of ax plus by. So both the results are true, both the results are correct. So we can use any of the result. But in every book, you will find this result, almost this result. So we have also proved this result, but second result is also true. So you may find in a in you can see some books and you will find the result in that book, that is y power n upon 1 upon minus a power n upon n factorial into phi of ax plus by. So this is the second theorem. Now the third theorem is, we need to prove that when 1 upon f of dd dash operating on e power ax plus by into vxy, and we operate 1 upon f dd dash on e power ax plus by only, we take e power ax plus by outside of this operator, and operator is replaced d by d plus a and d dash by d dash plus b operating on vxy. So for to prove this result, we start the result from this equation, that is, consider ftd dash operating on e power ax plus by, where ftd dash is equal to a naught d power n plus a1 d power n minus 1 d dash plus up to plus a n d dash power n operating on e power ax plus by into b. We wrote b instead of b x y for there is no for just simplification we wrote b instead of bx y, but it means b is equal to bxy, that is understood. So now if I will operate this f of dd dash on e power ax into vxy, it means we are operating this fdd dash is equal to e power ax plus by into b. We substitute the value of fdd dash. Now we have some results from the Leibniz theorem. We have, say, if we operate some dr on e power ax plus by into b, then by Leibniz rule, first taking e power ax plus by as it is and rth derivative of b, that is equal to this one first term, plus then first derivative of e power ax plus by and the r minus nth derivative of b, and plus we get this term, and then the second derivative of this term and the n minus 2 derivative of this term, r minus 2 derivative of this term, and similarly we will increase the derivative power of e power a x plus by and decrease the derivative power of b. So finally you will get this relation easily. Similarly, or we can take common e power ax plus by from each term, so we'll get finally the simplification form, that is dr when operating on e power ax plus by into b, when we get e power ax plus by outside, then d will be replaced by d plus a, that is d power r e power ax plus by into b is equal to e power ax plus by d plus a power r is equal to into b. Similarly, when we will apply the same result on d dash instead of d, so we will get D instead of D dash and V instead of A. That is result second and third. And now we are combining these two results also. That is, when we apply this result together, that is dr into d dash power s operating on e power ax plus by. Firstly, d power r we keep it as it is. So we keep d power r as it is, and we apply d dash power s on this function. So as we have see this equation 3, so we substitute the value of d dash power s operating on e power ax plus by into v. We substituted the value and we get this result. Now we have also the result of equation number 2. Again we have substituted. When we take the outside e power ax plus by, so d is replaced by d plus a. So similarly, when we will take e power ax plus by outside of this equation, so we will get sorry, I have written some wrong here, that we will not get this result after this one, and we will also not get this. So when we will apply this d power r on these sides and we will take e power ax plus by, then we will replace d by d plus a. Finally we will get this result after this result. So you can remove these two lines because these are written wrong. So when we will apply d power r on this result, you will finally get this result. So it means that is d power r d dash power s operating on e power ax plus by equal to e power ax plus by d plus a power r d dash plus b power s into b. So now we are able to apply this operator on e power ax plus by into b, because d power n, when it will apply on e power ax plus by, that is first term we will apply when this one, then we will get this equation by replacing r by n. And when we will apply the second equation on this operator, so we will get this result by replacing r by n and s by 1. And I already told you these results are wrong. We just final go to this result by replacing r by n and s by 1. And when the third term, or we say second last term, this one here, r is equal to 1 and s is equal to n minus 1 in this equation, and from the last equation we can substitute r is equal to 0, and or we can say from equation 3 we can substitute s is equal to n for the last term when operating on e power ax plus by. So finally, operating these results, we will find this equation. And from this right hand side of this equation, take e power ax plus by common on the left hand side. So finally we get, after taking e power ax plus by common on the left, we get this result. And bxy taken common on the right hand side. So now this equation, that is starting from here and ending to here, so this equation is nothing but replacing d by d plus a and d dash by d plus b in f of d dash. So it can be written as f of d plus a comma d dash plus b. So now we get this result, say equation number 5. So now we consider, we give it number 5, and now we consider this equation, say f dt dash e power ax plus by upon 1 upon into 1 upon f t plus a comma d dash plus b into b. So when we apply, when we solve this left hand side, but we will get, so when we so this can be written as, obviously this is ftd dash, this is ftd dash, this is e power ax plus by, this is e power ax plus y, and we take it, this is in the bracket, so we write this is in this form. And when we take this e power ax plus y outside, that when we operate ftd dash on this e power ax plus y, so d will be replaced by d plus a and d dash will be replaced by d dash plus b. All the other terms will be remain same. So obviously now in the next step you can see this is the f of d plus a d dash plus b, and this is the inverse operator of it, so this will be cancelled out and you will get only e power ax plus by into b. Now finally you will get this equation, that is the left hand side of this one and this right hand side. Now operating the inverse operator of f dd dash on both sides, or you may take this on the right hand side, or we can take the inverse operator on both sides, you will get the final result, that is equal to this one. And take write the left hand side on the right hand side on the left and left hand side on the right, we will get the final this result, that is 1 upon f of dt dash when operating on e power ax plus by into vxy and taking e power ax plus by outside of the operator, then d will be replaced by d plus a and d dash will be replaced by d dash plus b. And the fourth result is that when the particular integral, when the f of xy is of the form sine of ax plus by or cos of ax plus by, then in f of dd dash we will replace dy minus a square d dash square by minus b square dd dash by minus ab as differentiating sine of ax plus by twice with this with respect to x partially, we get minus a square sine of ax plus by, and this implies d square sine of ax plus by is equal to minus a square sine of ax plus by. This implies d square will be replaced by minus a square, so d square will be replaced by minus a square. Similarly d dash square will be replaced by minus b square. Similarly dd dash will be replaced by minus ab. So these are the four results. Now we will solve these questions based on these formulas in the next lecture. So today we will stop the lecture here, and till then you read these formulas, write these formulas on the copies so that we can apply these formulas on the particular problems in the next lecture. Thank you.